friends, welcome back to another English lesson. Today's lesson is all about the different types of homes in the United States. I think you will find today's video very useful if you ever plan on visiting or trying to live in the United States. I'm hanging out in my home today and I can't wait to teach you all of these new English terms. It can be very confusing when you need to know the difference between a house and a home, or an apartment and a condo, so keep watching today's video so that I can teach you the difference between all of these confusing terms for different types of houses. Make sure to hit the subscribe button so I can be your English teacher with a new lesson every week, and like this video if you learned some new English vocabulary. Make sure to follow me on Instagram as well, at English with Kayla. I'll teach you daily English lessons there in my posts, and I'll answer all of your English questions in my stories. Let's get into today's lesson. Tell me what type of home you live in down below in the comments. I can't wait to read about your homes. Here we go. Let's start with what we mean when we say the word home. It seems obvious, but it might not be. A home is a place where you live. Since today's video is all about homes, I am in my home teaching you. You may refer to your home as your family's dwelling, if it's a house, apartment, or a condo, and some people even describe their location as their home, like my home is New York or my home is in New York. Another useful fact is that house is sometimes referred to as a single family home by realtors or the people that sell homes. Let's talk about another type of home that usually belongs to the rich and the famous. It's called a mansion. A mansion is a large, impressive house usually owned by a wealthy individual or family, and I personally love watching mansion tours of celebrities, and there are some very cool mansions to see on YouTube. Make sure to check them out. Now we'll move on to talking about a smaller type of home. It's called apartment. In the UK, they refer to it as a flat. It's a dwelling in a large building containing residential suites. Let's talk exactly about what that means. An apartment building will have 1 or 2 entrances, or sometimes 3 or 4, and if it's a large building from the outside. And then you'll go in and walk down hallways where there are many different homes or apartments that different families live in. The next term that's related to this is condo, which is short for condominium. A condo is an apartment-style living space which is owned and sellable. So the big difference is an apartment you pay to rent and you can move out at the end of your lease or contract. But in the same style of living, when you own the unit, you'll sell it when you move out, and you call it a condo. Townhouse. A townhouse is a single family home that shares the walls with another home. So these are attached homes, and they have small yards and porches, and will usually have their own garages to park their cars. The only difference between a townhouse and a house is the shared walls between the units. Another type of townhouse is a duplex. Think about a duplex as being double. A duplex is 2 townhomes right next to each other. Usually you have 2 separate doors and you still share a wall down the middle. When there are more than 2 houses together, we say townhouse. But when it's just 2 houses, we call the building a duplex. In the United States, we also have something referred to as a mobile home. Sometimes we call this a trailer. It's transportable, yet a permanent living accommodation, usually part of a trailer park, and this is a very cheap option of living here in the United States. If we call something a shack, it's an informal word to describe a poorly built housing unit. So it wouldn't be kind to call someone's house a shack. Be careful. Sometimes you will hear families talk about owning a cabin. Sometimes high-income families have a second home and they call it a cabin. Generally, it's in a remote area of wilderness or near a beautiful lake where they'll travel to for leisure or vacation. Not to be confused with a private room or compartment on a ship or an airplane. And sometimes, if a family has a second home at the beach, we call it a beach house. The last term for you today is just for fun. It's not actually a common place to live, but I thought I'd add it to today's lesson. It's called a tree fort. A tree fort is a small structure built into a tree in a family's yard where kids generally hang out. I always wanted a tree fort when I was a kid, and they seem so cool and so fun. I hope this lesson helps you understand the minute differences between the names of all these types of housings and residential buildings in the United States. Like this video if you made it to the end, and let me know in the comments what type of home you live in. My name's Kayla, I'm an English teacher in America, and I make new English lessons for you to study each week, so make sure that you subscribe and do follow me on Instagram at English with Kayla. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. I'll see you soon. Good luck studying English.